We in the building. We in this bitch. We in the building, bitch. We in the building. We in this bitch.
Finally, RZeroB and PTA have come back to BGN, which means that finally Giants Talk has come back to your entertainment screens. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about that cheetah fast son of a bitch, Tyreek Hill. We're going to talk about some New York Giant free agent signings, some possible signings. Oh, and we got some two Rudy Poo candy asses joining the show this evening.
Yes.
Candy ass number one. We got Cop Pizzle. And candy ass number two. Fisk Vegas. Now, what we need you to do is we want you to go and grab your favorite beverage, alcoholic, non-alcoholic, whatever it might be. For me, and for me tonight, it's Smart Water. Potential sponsorship incoming.
Wait a minute. If you're drinking Smart Water, why you so dumb?
We don't go there.
Oh, okay.
We want you to grab your favorite snack, popcorn, Cheetos, steak with asparagus, whatever it might be, whatever tickles your little adenoids, go ahead and grab it. Sit back and enjoy the show. Because what you're going to do... No, that's not it.
No, that's not it.
That's not it.
That's not it.
This is it. For the millions in attendance... And no, that's not it either.
No, that's not. Wait. I think I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I think I got it.
Go ahead.
I think. You can look, but you can't touch.
Stop right now.
No.
No.
Oh, my bad.
No,
My bad.
absolutely not. I think I have it. To be the man. Woo!
I think that's Pizzle's line. Pizzle's line.
No.
Yeah. We don't.
I got it.
We don't do that.
I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
If you smell what RZeroB, PTA, Cop Pizzle, and Fisk Vegas is cooking. Now we want to give a couple of quick little shout outs. We got Don Vito in the chat first in the building. We got Bobby Powers.
Bobby Powers in the chat.
Looks like Ronnie from Jersey Shore. You damn right. I'm a sexy son of a bitch. And don't you ever forget it. Ashton Griffin, what's going on? Okay, guys. We got ourselves, as I said, man, we got ourselves a couple of awesome guests. Shout out to Cop Pizzle, number one. We got Fisk Vegas coming in, too, joining me and PTA tonight for the Giants Talk Show. Gentlemen, how are you both doing? Cop Pizzle, how are you doing this evening, sir?
Doing great, man. I appreciate you guys having me. Really excited to be here tonight. I don't know about that intro, though. I mean, that was a pretty long.
Well, listen, if you
wait a minute. Wait.
Listen, it would have been.
Come on my channel for the first time, and the first thing he does is shit off our intro. This man be stomping around in that wonderful man cave. I'll give you that. The man cave is pretty fucking badass. But my man cave is going to be better when it's done. I promise you that, because you can't beat me. Okay.
Listen, hey, I'm just trying to push people.
If we didn't have to delay the show 30 minutes because you wanted to start at 9 o'clock, it would have been better.
True.
Okay?
Bougie son of a bitch.
Listen, I will come over there and I'll take that little Giants helmet you got in the background. I'll turn that sumbitch sideways.
I understand.
Straight up, your candy ass.
The thing about it is, though, I'm a 60-minute man, and I start at the top of the hour. That's just the way the business works around here.
60 minutes.
But listen, I appreciate you guys having me. I'm excited. I'm excited to talk some football with you guys.
Well, we're happy to have you on. Happy to have you on. Fisk, how we doing, baby? Talk to me.
Hey, man, y'all know me. I'm good, man. I'm just sitting back, chilling.
I mean, that picture there looks like you're about to take somebody out, honestly.
I'm always ready to take somebody out, man.
It's like a picture of of Michael Myers and Jason a little bit. I'm scared.
Fisk Vegas is always ready to take somebody out to dinner. Okay?
Hey, look, bro.
Ooh, the dinner.
My crow
listen,
mask.
where are we going, Fisk? Where are we going?
My crow mask is coming soon. Like I said, I'm in the process
I've been
of
saying that for 6 months, man.
look, I'm getting my new crib this summer, and I'm gonna have my own damn man cave. All right, when I do, the camera coming on. Like my man cave
Ooh.
gonna be. Yeah, I'm prepping
Face
up to quit.
reveal? Face reveal?
Hell nah, you gonna get this
No,
man.
he's gonna be lame as shit. He's gonna be
It's the
wearing
man.
that
It's the
mask.
same-
And we gonna be making
Same
fun of
man
his
that you
dumb
see
ass.
in the thumbnail.
We're gonna be making fun of this dumbass. Like, look at this stupid ass. We're gonna be
Same
trolling the
man
shit out of
that you
you.
see in the thumbnail will be the same mask that I wear when I do these live
I'm
streams.
gonna troll the shit out of you. I just want you to know that. I'm gonna troll the shit out of you. I can't wait.
I'm not letting no old man with a gray beard troll me. All right, relax.
Okay, first of all, don't be hating on the deliciousness. That's my motherfucking beard. Y'all been hating on my beard since it got here, okay? You just mad because I make this shit look good.
PTA.
Huh?
I think you got some of your lunch stuck right over here, bro.
I'm saving it for later.
I got you.
I'll get it later.
Oh no, don't do that no more, bro. Nah, keep your tongue in your mouth. We're not here for that. We're not here for that. Keep your tongue in your mouth, man. We're not here for that.
I do whatever I want, goddammit.
I see we got Nate Talks Football in the chat.
Hey.
Nate, how we doing?
What up, Nate?
Going, brother? All right. So we got a nice jam-packed show for you guys today. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. Stick around. Make sure you guys are liking, sharing, tweeting out. We greatly appreciate it. If you guys aren't following us on Twitter, we'll get you guys our socials and where you can find us at the end of the show. All right, guys, we're going to get the show started. If everybody's ready to go, all right. First topic that we're gonna talk about tonight, okay, is there was a big trade that went down today. Unexpected trade. I got to admit, we were all, as Giants fans, we're too familiar with something like this happening about 3 years ago. It brings back some very, very,
Why you gotta go there?
very evil,
gotta
demonic
go
things. But Tyreek Hill was traded today from the Kansas City Chiefs to the Miami Dolphins for the first round pick this year, second round pick this year, fourth round pick this year, a fourth round pick next year, and a sixth round pick next year. So 6 picks. You know what? I'm going to go to Cop Pistol just because of that background. I'm going to go to him first. What was your initial thoughts when you saw this trade, and how do you think it affects both the Kansas City Chiefs and the Miami Dolphins? Go.
Well, I mean, first of all, it's been a wild and crazy offseason. I mean, it just keeps adding to just what this I mean, this is probably, I've been following football for over 30 years now. It just seems like this offseason has been the craziest, just as in a short period of time. So the fact that you get let's face it, a superstar player like Tyreek Hill on the move, it just, you just don't expect it. And it's kind of weird, because Kansas City's kind of had that connection with Mahomes and Kelsey and Hill, and these guys have been all kind of working together and been successful together. I personally like the trade for both teams. When you get Waddle together with Hill, I mean, the possibilities are endless if they're able to stay healthy. And at the same time, I think it's actually a smart move from Kansas City because, as you know, Hill is probably, I mean, I hate to say this, but I think he's reached his peak. Like, I feel like he can only go downhill as far as talent. I mean, I think we've seen, I don't think he can get any better, right? That's like, again, he's a great player. I'm not saying he's, heading in the back nine of his career, but I just feel like you're getting the most value while you have him now. Mm-hmm. And, eventually a fat contract was going to come his way. So I think it's a smart move from Kansas City. You can get, you get a lot of draft picks. You can get younger. You can get some, look, you pay Mahomes all this money, right? And this is the thing that I try to tell a lot of content creators is like, be careful what you wish for when it comes to having a superstar quarterback, because you pay him a ton of money. You can't pay anybody else. You can't have Devontae Adams if you're the Green Bay Packers because you've given all your money away to Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, he's a bad man and taking all your fucking money. I mean, so that's what Mahomes is doing. He's taking all that cash. You can't have a guy like you don't get the privilege of having Hill anymore. So you need to bring in rookie guys. You need to draft well and bring guys in on rookie deals that can help your team. And let's look. I think Andy Reid, I think Mahomes, if Mahomes is as good as people say he is, right? If he's this generational talent quarterback, he should be able to up other receivers' games with his ability alone. Andy Reid is this supposed genius play caller, right? Got nothing but respect for Andy Reid. He should be able to elevate somebody else. Let's face it, Tyreek Hill was a nobody before Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs found him. Maybe they can find their next Tyreek Hill. Miami, they get a star that they know what they're getting with him. Obviously, they feel like they're that piece away from being good on offense. So if he stays healthy, to me, it's a win-win for both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. You can make a couple of good points, and with Kansas City, they got, obviously they signed Juju, they've still got McCall Hardman.
Yeah.
They have, Valdez Scantling that they're going in. Josh Gordon's still an option to come back. So he's definitely got some pieces there potentially. And I agree, elevating, would be good. Fisk, I'll throw it over to you. Your thoughts on the trade from Kansas City to Miami for Tyreek Hill, and is this an all-in for Tua? Is this the year where they say it's now or never? If you don't show it off next year, they're looking to get themselves a quarterback. Is this that year?
Well, at the end of the day, either you got the juice or you don't. I tell Giants fans this all the time. Like, if you look at Daniel Jones, the first time we saw this kid, he had an 18-point comeback. His rookie season alone, he had what? Four touchdown games. He had the 5 touchdown game versus Washington. And then the following year, Giants fans got to remember, we can't root for the Eagles at 8 o'clock if Daniel Jones don't win at 1 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? If Evan catches a ball on Thursday Night Football, Daniel Jones is clutch. If Darius Slayton catches a ball on Thursday Night Football, Daniel Jones is clutch. If Adoree Jackson catches an interception, Daniel Jones trucking Grady Jarrett for the 2-point conversion is like one of the Giants plays of the year. So to bring this full circle is you see it with Daniel Jones. You see the potential. You see the flashes. He got the juice. Whether y'all want to accept it or not is on you, but the kid's got the juice. When you look at Tua, this is a guy, on the other hand, who, unlike Daniel Jones, who team can't stay healthy to save their life, Tua's had Waddle, Devontae Parker, Gesicki, a good offensive line. He's had everything and a great defense, by the way. He's had everything he's needed to succeed, and he still has shown nothing. There's no flashes. There's no, oh my goodness, if he can do that on a consistent basis, we got something. There's nothing there. It doesn't matter how much help you get an average quarterback. An average quarterback is an average quarterback. Alex Smith had the same roster that Mahomes had. Tyreek was there. Kelsey was there. Jamal Charles in his prime. He had the same team Alex Smith did. They get Mahomes, boom. Now they're in the Super Bowl. Boom. Now they're in AFC title games. Boom. Now Tyreek Hill is a Pro Bowler. Boom. Now Travis Kelsey's on the Hall of Fame arc because they got the quarterback. So to answer your question, this isn't a make or break year for Tua. He's already broke. There's no fixing that. All they can do is dick and dunk. You got him deep threats. He can't throw the ball deep. What the Dolphins are doing is basically preparing themselves for next year's quarterback, in my opinion. They won't admit that because it's all in on Tua. It's all in on Tua. But they're preparing themselves for a future quarterback, in my humble opinion. Now, as far as the Chiefs go, Mahomes should be pissed because he took a pay cut. Remember, when Mahomes signed his contract, he made it a team-friendly deal. The $45 million that Mahomes signed, he signed that 3 seasons ago. Let that sink in. He signed that deal 3 seasons ago. That $45 million right now, how outdated is that? When Watson makes more money than him, Rodgers makes more money than him, he's pretty much even with Josh Allen. So if you're Mahomes and you say, you know what, I gave y'all 10 years so I can stretch this money out and I can be a lower cap hit, and you can't keep Tyreek Hill. So if you're Mahomes, you got to be upset, period. at some point, it's like, you know what? Tyreek Hill, that's my number one receiver. Make him an offer. At least Aaron Rodgers can sit back and say the Green Bay Packers tried to make Devontae Adams the highest paid receiver in the league, but he took less money to go to the Raiders. At least Aaron Rodgers can go to bed at night saying my team tried to keep my guy. The Kansas City Chiefs tried to be cheap with Tyreek Hill, and boom, he's in Miami. So that's my take on it. You know, Tyreek Hill's going to be in Miami with all the beautiful women, and then by like the second quarter of week 1, he's going to be why the hell am I here and not in Kansas City? Watch.
I mean, you make a lot of valid points there, 100%. I do think that, that's a little bit harsh, when it comes down to, the Chiefs not really making an effort to retain. Patty Mahomes went ahead and took that, cap-friendly deal, to try to retain a lot of this talent so that they could have everybody around. But I'm going to throw it to PTA, and it kind of leads me to this question, with what Fish said. PTA, what Cop Pizzle said, what Fish said, like, obviously your thoughts on the trade. And I asked him, Fish, obviously he said Tua's done. But I got to ask you your opinion on Patty Mahomes. With Tyreek Hill being gone, and that's going to take a huge element, obviously a talent out of that offense. When we go back to that playoff game, he was a huge – he had against – what was it, the Buffalo Bills? He had 10 catches in that game. They were slowing him down, and he was a big reason why they got into field goal range and won that game. Obviously, it was the pass to Kelsey. They got him there, but he had over 10 catches, had a lot of yards. If the Chiefs struggle this year and it looks like Mahomes takes a step down, how does that affect Mahomes' legacy with Kansas City and in the National Football League now that Tyreek's gone, if he falls off a little bit?
Okay, I'm going to be brief because I don't want to take up a whole bunch of time here. But first things first, let me tell you the first takeaway that I get from this trade. Okay, drafting matters. Okay, drafting matters. Does anybody know where Tyreek Hill was drafted? What round he was drafted in?
I believe it was the 5th round.
I think he's a 5th rounder.
He was a 5th round pick, and Miami just gave up everything for a 5th round pick. I just want you to think about that for a second, okay? Because listen, like the way this league is going, the trajectory of this league, and Kush said it today on Twitter, and I wholeheartedly agreed. We're almost at a point where we have to start thinking about all the skill positions the same way we think about running back. Like we're almost at that point because you can't keep everybody, right? So it always kind of sucks when you have like a really, really good player and you're like, man, I really want to keep this player, but I got to keep the quarterback, or I got to keep this stupid ass running back that we have, or I got to keep this dumbass wide receiver. So I can't, like, that's something that I'm seeing a trend of, right? And that's the reason why 2 of the best wide receivers in the world are not playing for their original team. And that's first of all, that's crazy, right? In what world does that ever really happen? Like when it happened with Odell Beckham Jr., they all said we were dumb as hell for doing it. But we just watched 2 of the greatest wide receivers current time.
True.
Gone. Just gone. How do I feel about Patrick Mahomes? He's gonna be fine. Okay? Like I think Patrick Mahomes is gonna be fine. It's because here's the thing. While I do think Kansas City has real good players, I think they have an even better quarterback that makes the players better than what they actually are. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if these wide receivers go to these other areas and they don't look as good because they don't have the talent that was thrown to them now today. I'm not worried about Patrick Mahomes. We should be worried about anybody. We should be worried about anybody. First of all, shut up, Fish Vegas, because it's ridiculous. The shit is ridiculous, right? That we're gonna sit here and pretend like Patrick Mahomes is not one of the most talented wide receivers in the league. This man talented quarterback in the league. This man, shut the fuck up, Rob. I want to roll. These quarterbacks that I'm talking about, in an Aaron Rodgers or in a Patrick Mahomes, are game-changing quarterbacks, the greatest quarterbacks in the league right now. Don't at me. They're not. They're going to be okay. But is Hill going to be okay with Tua throwing at him? I mean, is he going to be okay?
But
Who knows?
Fisk,
your rebuttal?
My rebuttal is this: if they're so great, all right, why is McCole Hartman so trash? Why is Alan Lazard and Marquez Valdez-Scantling so trash? Like Devontae Adams had more catches, yards, and touchdowns than every other wide receiver on the Packers combined. If those receivers look, when Eli Manning won that Super Bowl in 2011,
okay,
everybody ate. Cruz ate. Manningham ate.
True.
Knicks ate. You
True.
know why? Because they were good. Those receivers were good, right?
They weren't good. They left the Giants with somewhere else and was ass. What are we talking about here?
No, what I'm saying is that's a different story, though. That's a different story.
Here we go.
All I'm trying to say is now Eli Manning, of course, Eli Manning made them better, but Cruz is good. All right. What I'm trying to say is when Tom Brady was in New England, them receivers were sorry. He couldn't save them. Jacoby Myers and Demetrius Byrd, the GOAT, couldn't save him. He goes to Tampa Bay. Guess what? Godwin is already good. Mike Evans is already good. So Tom Brady makes him elite. Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes can make a good receiver elite, but they're not going to take Kyle Pizzle, Vegas, and Pest and make us good. Like stop.
Well, because we're not professional football players, bro. We're not professional football players, but we're talking about Patrick Mahomes here. Like, let's not pretend
good, but they won't be Tyreek Hill.
We're talking about Patrick Mahomes, though. Like, we're not talking about Daniel Jones. Fisk, we're not talking about Daniel Jones.
Hold on.
We're not talking about Daniel Jones.
We ain't replaced Odell yet. We ain't replaced them yet. Like, you can't just take these receivers for granted. But look, real quick, because I know we want to move on. I want to say one thing. This is why Mahomes should be mad. And this is why Mahomes should be mad. So I went to overthecap.com, right? Check this out. This guy has a base salary, right, of $5.5 million next year. In 2024, he has a base salary of $2.5 million. In 2025, he has no guaranteed money. The last guaranteed money he gets is in 2024, and it's $38 million. And this is the best quarterback in football. This guy takes a massive team-friendly contract structure, and Tyrann Mathieu was out the door, and Tyreek Hill is out the door. Translation, what I'm trying to say is, this is why players should never take pay cuts. Because when it's time, unless you're Tom Brady, when it's time for the organization to repay that favor, they never do. They just don't. Even in New England, Tom Brady took discounts and never paid them back.
But I want to make this point though, Fisk. And of course I don't really care about the Kansas City Chiefs. If they end up being one of the worst teams in the league after this, I wouldn't care. But I would say that Kansas City was almost at their peak from a team level skill. They were really, obviously they made what was the AFC Championship game against the Bengals, right? And everyone thought that was a foregone conclusion that they would win and go to the Super Bowl. The Bengals beat them. And in my opinion, the Bengals are only going to continue to get better. And we saw peak Kansas City Chiefs. Like, they're not going to get any better. Like, they had to do something by taking one player and improving their team, whether it be defensively or offensively. Teams are getting better. Like, teams are catching them. The Bills are catching them. The Bengals are catching them. Hell, there's other teams, the AFC West, that are catching them. Like, they had their moment, their window, in my opinion, was open, and it has been shut. And the Bengals shut it for them. And so you have to do something to improve that team, because obviously the team that you just put out on the field wasn't even good enough to beat the Cincinnati Bengals, who couldn't even protect Joe Burrow. So, you had to do something.
I agree. I think the windows are pretty tight there, and they're not gonna get any better. They're not gonna get any better down. So I agree with that 100%. Let's move on to this. We talked a little bit Tyreek, obviously. Let's move on to some Giants, because I want to see some fights. Okay, I want to see some yelling. I want to see some cussing. I want to see some beer getting smashed. I want to see it. Okay? The Giants had a slow, methodical, tortoise, whatever you want to call it, free agency. Thank you, Dave Gettleman, for making that possible. Okay. But we had some free agent signings that we had. All right. We signed Tyrod Taylor to a 2-year deal.
Tyrod Taylor.
We signed Tyrod Taylor. Quarterback.
Tyrod Taylor. He's on our team.
He's on our team.
Oh snap! Okay.
We signed Matt Breida, who I actually know. He went to a high school in Florida where I used to live, so I actually know Matt Breida. We signed Ricky Seals-Jones, John Feliciano, Mark Lewinsky, Jihad Ward, Justin Ellis we signed today, and then a long snapper, which you don't care about. I'm not even going to bring up his name. So, PTA, I'll start this one with you. Your thoughts on the free agent signings that we've got so far. If you want to pick out a name or two that you think were, I think I already know where you're going, man. You're a trenches guy. Okay?
I am.
So tell me, talk to me. What do you think is the best signing that we had?
The best signing? Ooh. I mean, I love Lewinsky, man.
I'll give you two people. You can choose two.
I mean, it's oh man. Well, so I love the idea of having a potential starting guard and someone who wants to play center, in case Nick Gates can't go, because it's looking like he's not going to be able to go. And it sucks and it's sad because I love Nick Gates. I love the fire. I love that he always wants to fight on the football field. Y'all know me. I love that kind of stuff. I'm a psycho. But I feel like Nick Gates, first of all, his days are numbered. He's probably it's probably a wrap for him. Okay, we're talking about a gruesome leg injury. That's just so difficult to come back from. But I mean, for us to have potentially two more starting quality, let's just say that starting quality offensive linemen makes me very excited. I'm very happy. I'm also happy about Ricky Seals-Jones, to be honest. I'm glad Evan Ingram is gone because I hate him. All right. Y'all know that too. I can't stand Evan Ingram. I don't want to ever see his face again. I don't ever want to hear his name again. I'm not going to think about him after this. Like, thank God he's gone. So overall, I'm happy with this free agent period because I didn't think we were going to be able to make the moves that we've made already. I was concerned of, how in the hell are we going to fill a roster? We ain't got no damn money. I know the salary cap is a myth. I know other teams.
Oh, thank you for admitting that.
It's a myth. Salary cap is a myth, right? But at some point, NFL will come get their money, right? Like they will come get their money. So, but I salary cap is a myth. But I'm still like, man, I don't know how we're going to figure this thing out because we got no cap space. We don't have enough money to even pay the draft picks that we're going to have to make. Like, how the hell is this thing going to work? And so for them to make the moves that they make, restructures, some tough cuts that had to be had, some tough, free agents that we had to just let walk. We was able to do some pretty decent things here. And keep this in mind, y'all. This is not we're not in win now mode. We're not. Yeah. We're nowhere close to it. Like, we're nowhere close to win now.
We're rebuilding. We're rebuilding.
We're not close. We're not close. What do you mean?
You didn't say that a year. You see, I hate when Giants fans do this shit.
I 100% disagree with that, Tim.
Okay, hit me.
A year ago, every Giants fan thought we was good enough to win the division because of Galladay.
I didn't.
We got all this talent.
I didn't. I didn't think that. I never thought that.
No, that's because you're a DJ hater, but that ain't the point. The point is most Giants fans saw the talent on this team. We kept the big cat on the defensive line.
But you talking to me right now,
Are you a DJ hater, Pest?
Yeah.
Don't you have his jersey?
No.
Whoa, wait, hold on.
I don't have his jersey.
You got a Daniel Jones jersey?
Fuck no,
I think he's got a Daniel Jones jersey.
I got a Saquon Barkley jersey, and I got a bunch of Eli.
Oh, no.
I do not. My right hand to God.
You bought yours right after Bad Dog.
I do not own a Daniel Jones jersey.
You got a Daniel Jones.
I do not.
You can't get
away. He's got the white one and the blue one, Fisk.
Listen. You guys can say whatever you want to say. I don't. Okay, I don't own anything Daniel Jones because
And he's got the color rush.
I've never liked Daniel Jones from the beginning. I will admit this. I will admit this. I think Daniel Jones has talent. Okay.
No.
I think he has talent.
Hey, what quarterback in this draft you want him to replace? You want us to replace him with?
I don't want no fucking quarterback in this draft.
Okay. So then you just want to hate.
Tyrod Taylor about to beat him out for the job.
Yeah, right.
Tyrod Taylor about to beat him out for the job.
You know what bothers me? What you say?
Tyrod Taylor about to beat him out for this fucking job. We don't even know if Daniel Jones. We don't even know if Daniel Jones can look to the left and look to the right.
And that's true. That's true.
And y'all coming at me with me saying Daniel Jones ain't going to the damn job. This motherfucker can't turn his head. He can't turn his head. Stop it.
I just want to say this. I love what I created.
Get the fuck out of here. You're not going to sit here and tell me that I need to put my eggs in the basket of a broke neck bitch. You're not going to make me do that.
Hey, you know what?
You're not going to make me do that.
I'm holding you accountable.
Oh yeah, I've been saying it for 4 years, Fist Vegas. I've been saying that I didn't like Daniel Jones for 4 fucking years. I've been saying I'm not on Daniel Jones for 4 fucking years.
Fuck you too, Pest, on behalf of Daniel Jones. Because when that boy got hurt, we couldn't cross the motherfucking 50.
Couldn't cross the fucking 50.
Couldn't cross the 50.
Couldn't cross it.
Freddie Kitchens came out and said, and this is a quote from Freddie Kitchens, when Daniel Jones got hurt, all the holes on our team got exposed. He covered up so many holes on his team. We couldn't overcome it when he got hurt.
Good on Daniel.
Freddie Kitchens.
Good on Daniel Jones for covering up fucking weaknesses, right? But I don't give a fuck about you covering up weaknesses more than I give a fuck about you winning football games.
Game out of the wild card, Pest. What the fuck? We were a game out of the wild card with a tiebreaker over the Eagles and a tiebreaker over the Saints. The Eagles do not make the playoffs if Daniel Jones is healthy. Period. We would have beat Dallas with Daniel Jones healthy. We would have beat Washington with Daniel Jones healthy. We would have beat the Eagles with Daniel Jones healthy. We would have beat the Dolphins with Daniel Jones healthy. Justin Herbert is a beast. I don't know, but I'm confident.
Can I get some of what Fist Vegas is smoking, please?
No, this is fact.
Someone pass that over here.
These are honestly facts, Pest.
Bro, we held the Cowboys to 21 points. Right? Check this out. The Giants.
Why are you on the floor? He's speaking facts.
Because I'm fucking floored right now.
You can't even look in front of the camera right now because you know you're wrong.
Fucking floored right now by the bullshit that I'm hearing.
They don't want to listen because they hate Daniel Jones. Like they hate him.
I didn't say I hate Daniel Jones.
RZeroB. Can I talk about what free agent I like? Because it's going to get to the point of what Fisk is saying, and then try to get that. Maybe this will make Pest happy as well. My favorite free agent signing for the Giants so far is none other than Tyrod Taylor, 100%. Because all the other moves that's really just coaches finding guys that are going to be able to fit their system. But Tyrod Taylor, the Giants signing Tyrod Taylor spoke to me, and what it told me was, you have confidence in Daniel Jones. Because Tyrod Taylor's not good enough to beat out Daniel Jones in camp. And at the same time, but Tyrod Taylor is clearly better than Mike Glennon and fucking Colt fucking McCoy. 100, and they know that they got to have a veteran quarterback to be there because Daniel hasn't played a full season yet. That is one of his weaknesses, that he can't go a full year yet. And they've got to have a guy who's actually started NFL games and actually done something, not like that sorry-ass Mitchell Trubisky, okay? All these geeks are out here like, let's give him a fat contract. Shut up. Like, Tyrod Taylor we're going to put Tyrod Taylor on the fucking bench, Pest. And if Daniel Jones sprains his hammy, then Tyrod can play. But the fact is, they have full confidence. They're not drafting a quarterback, and they're not getting a quarterback that might compete with him, like Mariota, for example.
Okay,
they're getting Tyrod Taylor. He can't beat out Daniel Jones.
Let's bet right now. Tyrod Taylor plays more games than Daniel Jones this season.
Only if Daniel Jones gets hurt.
Let's bet.
You're looking for luck. You're looking. He won't beat him out.
I'm telling you what's getting ready to happen.
The better bet, Pest. The better bet is if he beats him out in camp. That's the better bet.
I'm telling you what's getting ready to happen. Tyrod Taylor gonna play more games with Daniel Jones next season.
I mean,
if he gets hurt,
I'm telling you what's going to happen.
Technically, you could make this bet happen that if Tyrod Taylor starts due to Daniel Jones not having an injury, so if DJ is benched due to his performance and he's benched not due to injury, then at that point, there's a possibility. I like this opportunity.
Listen, I think the problem is
I like this.
Better.
I like this opportunity.
Tyrod Taylor
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. If Tyrod Taylor plays more games than DJ next season without DJ getting hurt, Cop, you have to grow a goatee and you have to dye it gray.
For what?
Because PTA has gray in his beard.
And it looks
what are you what are you proposing?
I'm telling you right now that
if Tyrod plays,
Tyrod is playing more games
than DJ
over
next
Daniel
year,
Jones, and it's not going to be because of injury.
It's the only way it happens if it's because of injury.
Because of injury. I'm telling you,
if DJ goes down due to injury, the bet's off.
I absolutely listen. I 100% take that bet because like I cannot stand the Daniel Jones slander. Fisk, I can't even believe Fisk and I are on the same fucking page on this. Like it's nuts to me. Like how do you Pass? How many Giant games did you watch last year?
All of them. All of them. Because
clearly I don't think you watched hardly any of them because like you must be picking your fucking boogers with Mike Too Nice being too fucking stupid because like what are you talking about? No, as soon as Daniel Jones went down, it's it. That was a wrap. That was a wrap. Like it was over. Like what are you talking about? Daniel literally.
How much winning are we fucking doing?
He was the best player on the fucking team.
He's not winning football games.
But he's the best player. You want to take the best player off the fucking field? Look what happens. You don't even have a chance. You're running QB sneaks on 3rd and fucking 9. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're not like. I don't even understand. Like, how could you? I can't stand the DJ slander. I can't even stand it because, like, he's not even.
I haven't liked him. I was never in love with Daniel Jones, and that's what wax.
And what's crazy to me, out of all the content creators, out of all of them, you're the one that plays coach ball more than any of them. That talks coach. You would think that out of anybody, that you of all people would get that the Giants have had 2 shit-ass coaches in Pat Shurmur and Joe Judge, and this kid, Daniel Jones, who runs just as fucking fast as Lamar Jackson. He's not as athletic, I understand, but he runs just as fast.
He does.
He throws a nice fucking ball. He's had to play in front of a shit offensive line, and he's had 2 turd fucking coaches trying to tell him what to do, and they've arguably potentially got him hurt against Eagles, for example, because he just sustained a concussion the week prior, and on the second play of the game, you ask him to do some QB option play where he gets hit and he's out for the season because you as a coach are a fucking moron to put him in that position. You would think that you, of all people, would understand this. Because you talk so much about coaching.
Do you want to know why I don't like Daniel Jones? You want to know the real reason why I don't like Daniel Jones?
Who do you like?
I don't like Daniel Jones' process. I don't see Daniel Jones quite going through his progression well enough for how long he's.
You don't have the time to go through his progression.
The fucking time,
bro. But if the design of the play is for him to have a check down, why is this motherfucker not going to his check down?
Because he's getting hit before he can get to the check down.
The check down's open. How many times have we seen the check down open? How many times
hold
have
on,
we seen the
time
fucking
out,
check down open?
Time out.
You're not
How many
saying
times have we seen the check down open? I'm asking a question. This is football. We're talking about football actually. How many times have we seen a check down open?
Hold on, listen. This is what
Y'all
I'm
killed Eli Manning for not hitting the check
You
down.
are in a blender right now, Pest, and you can't get out.
Y'all
You
killed.
can't fucking get out.
Y'all killed Eli Manning when he didn't go to the check down. But did Daniel Jones don't have
Shut
to?
up, bitch. Pizzle, that's some bullshit. Pizzle, that's some bullshit.
Listen,
He has
Fizz,
no
Fizz.
comeback.
Fuck outta here.
Hold on. Fizz.
Fuck out of here. No, because it's one rule for one quarterback and another rule for another. Fish Vegas was giving Eli Manning shit at the end of his career for the same fucking problems that he says Daniel Jones is going to get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Listen,
Get the fuck out of
first
here.
and foremost, what I'll say is this when it comes to Daniel Jones. I am not ready at this present moment. I am not do I hope that Daniel Jones has success? Yes. Am I on the Daniel Jones train? I've got 1 foot on and 1 foot off. And the reason why I'm half off, half on is simply because the guy has had this is now the 4th head coach that this kid has had, his 3rd offensive coordinator, and his 3rd offensive line coach. The only potential stable offensive lineman he had was Andrew Thomas that he lost for 6 weeks this past season due to an injury. Now, when you don't have time, not to mention, Galladay was out, Tony was out, Sterling Shepard was out, Slayton was whatever, and we all know what Everett Ingram is. Barkley was a shell of himself up until the last 4 or 5 games of the year, okay? Was a shell of himself. So teams were not worried about Barkley in the running game. They were not worried about him. So what they're going to do is they're going to go ahead and blitz all night. Like, remember the Titans. I'm going to blitz you all night. And they better not get across that line of scrimmage. I'm going to take every last one of you out. And what happened? We had Billy Price tripping. We had Will Hernandez and that son of a freaking fat idiot moron, Nate Solder, blocking the same guy. And what was happening? DJ, you're open. I can't get it to you. Sorry. Oh, my neck, my back, my offensive lane can't fucking block. So now that we're finally getting some offensive linemen, I'm willing to go ahead, and it's a stable-minded head coach and a general manager. I want to see what Daniel's got. I feel that we should have given him the 5th-year option because I don't want him to come out and play good right now and then take a backdrop, and then I got to give him a contract off of this year. But if I franchise tag him, he's worth $28 million. But if I give him the 5th-year option, it's $23. I don't want to tie up that much money.
Well, actually,
and look at Pest right now. Look at him. He's like, "Hello, darkness, my old friend." He knows he's fucked up.
I'm not buying into none of this. I'm not. Listen, I'm not buying into none of this. I am not buying into any of this. I do not believe the 5th-year option of Daniel Jones. I do not think that Daniel Jones is going to have a good season coming up. I do not think that Daniel Jones is a franchise quarterback. I think that Daniel Jones is a fine quarterback in the NFL, but he is not a franchise quarterback. This is not the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land. I'm sorry. I said it from day one.
Wait, so 1 second. What last point, Fitz, and I want to go to your last point. Remember what we were saying about Patty Mahomes in the beginning of the year when he was running for his life because that offensive line couldn't block for shit? Everybody's like, yo, Patty Mahomes, he lost a step. Patty Mahomes is not playing good. Is he a bust? Is he not good? What's going on? He's not going through his progressions. He's throwing stupid passes. He's turning the ball over. He's doing this. He's doing that. It wasn't until the offensive line started blocking good that Patty Mahomes, the old Patty Mahomes, showed up, which was a reason why they went to the conference championship. Now, Fisk, the free agents that we signed, I forgot 2 because they weren't listed here. All right. Jamil Douglas that we got from Buffalo, and I can't remember his first name, but Gano, more than likely, potentially a rotational guy, backup guy from Atlanta. Your thoughts on the free agent signings, 1, 2, or if you like them all, your favorite signings so far, and obviously if you want to go ahead and bully Pest, that's up for grabs as well.
I wanted to look, check this out, man. At the end of the day, like the most important thing the Giants did was restructure Blake Martinez. So my answer to that question is restructuring Blake Martinez and keeping one of the better middle linebackers in the league on the Giants roster. Giants fans out here trying to throw away 130 to 150 tackles a year for cap space. Like, shut up. All right, but anyway, check this out. Daniel Jones, the 5th-year option. We're going to pick it up. John Mara's dead body, we don't give that kid that 5th-year option. That's number one. Number two, I'm the biggest Daniel Jones fan on the planet. I got Bengal fans trying to go to war with me because I said he has a higher upside than Joe Burrow, but we're not gonna relitigate that. Check this out. The most important part about that franchise tag, what people need to understand is this. You put Daniel Jones on the franchise tag when he balls this year, because he's going to have a great year. Brian Dable, Matt Kafka, we got the new offensive line, Saquon playing for that contract. Please, it's going to be lit. Guess what? If he's on the franchise tag, you can make him do it twice. You don't have to give him the contract. But if you don't give him the franchise tag, we're in Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott territory. And now Daniel Jones got us by the balls. And guess what happens when you franchise tag quarterbacks? They get pissed. So now, instead of giving Daniel Jones, I don't know, $45 million on a cheap quarterback contract, now you make him ball out twice. Kyler Murray gets paid. Lamar gets paid. Burrow gets paid. Now Daniel Jones is like, oh, shit. I want $55 million. Now I want more money than them dudes.
Now, Fisk, are you talking about the franchise tag? Or are you talking about his 5th-year option?
This man just said give Daniel Jones $40 million. That's what this man just said.
Because there's the thing, if you don't pick up the 5th-year option, you have to tag him, and that $28 million will not be $28 million next year because that's not factoring.
It'll probably be like 35.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me point out, because I like where you're going with this, Fist. Here's what's crazy to me, and that, Pest fucking blows my mind, because I think what happened.
I don't like Daniel Jones.
I think what's happened is you've been infected with too many fucking stupid ass giant content creators.
I've been sitting
listen to me. You've said enough stupid shit. You've said enough stupid. Just listen to me.
Jones.
Do you realize how? Here's the thing. I'm gonna piggyback on what Fist said. As a Giants fan, you should really, really, really want Daniel Jones to ball out this year. And here's why. He has not done enough up until this point. Even us guys that I believe in Daniel, I think Fist does too. Even guys that believe, we can even recognize he hasn't done enough to warrant a large contract. However, if he balls out this year, and he shows this coaching staff, look, I can be a big part. You literally, as a team, have leverage over him.
Exactly.
In the contract, because you could say, look, dude, you balled out last year, but the reality is you did this also. We want to see it again. So give us another few-year deal, and then you get him on the cheap instead of having to pay, like Fitz said, $45 million. And killing your team. You can keep him on a smaller deal. Let him have to prove himself again. He'll have to take it. He'll have to fucking take it.
What you're saying, I don't disagree with in terms of.
But why would you want to root against that?
I'm not. Why? I am not rooting against Daniel Jones.
You said he's not. You said he doesn't have it.
I want.
You said he doesn't have it.
Successful because I'm a Giants fan, and if Daniel Jones is successful, that means the team is successful. I am not rooting for Daniel Jones's downfall.
You're rooting for Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
I'm not even doing that. I'm not even doing that. I want Daniel Jones to go out there and ball out this year. Okay, I want him to. I just don't believe that he's that guy. I am not plotting on this man's downfall, but I was never a fan of him.
That's fine. If he's not the guy, then who is? Tell me who the guy is.
I don't fucking know. I don't know.
What are we talking about then?
Exactly.
I don't know because there's no guy this year. In this draft, I don't think there's a guy.
We don't.
Well, there's some idiot giant content creators that think Malik Willis is that guy.
I mean, if that's what the Giants listen, if on draft day the Giants draft Malik Willis, I'm not gonna cry in my cereal. Okay, I'm gonna be like, Well, that I don't know
Shane
what the
didn't
fuck they're
show
gonna
up
do,
to
but
Malik
okay.
Willis pro day, and he didn't show up to Kenny Pickett's pro day. Joe Shane has no interest in these quarterbacks.
I'm not worried about
He
these
went to
quarterbacks right
Ohio
now.
State and Georgia pro days. He didn't go to Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett because Joe Shane knows what he has in Danny.
Listen,
And here's the thing too. In fairness, Pest, if Daniel doesn't ball out, there's actually some decent quarterbacks in next year's draft.
yes.
So
And that's what I said.
Yeah,
We keep Daniel for this year. And this is your year to prove, are you the guy or are you not the guy? If you're not the guy, you're going. We'll get
But
someone next year.
he's the guy.
But the thing is, yeah, but this is the
I
thing.
can't say who's the guy.
The only way he's not the guy is if he tears his ACL week 2 and he doesn't play all
But
year.
the thing is, and the thing that we're saying, Pest, though, is when it comes down to this, when from the fifth year option perspective, it makes sense. And I think maybe the Giants, maybe Joe Shane and them weren't thinking about it. But now when you see that Stafford got an extension, you see the contract that Aaron Rodgers got, you see what Deshaun Watson just got. Now, when you go, if Daniel Jones goes ahead and plays well this year, throws for 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 10 to 12 interceptions, and has a good year, now you don't have him on that fifth-year option. So when you go to tag him, that $28 million that was last year, because when we were talking about that $28 million, that's what it was comparing to the contract at that point. When you go to franchise tag him next year, that number is going to go anywhere from 32 to 35. Now, I don't want to pay $35 million on a franchise tag to have him come out and flop and go back to his old ways on that deal. I'd rather give him the fifth-year option at $23 million, save myself potentially $12 million off the books, and then at that point, you see what he's got. And if he's not the guy, even throughout this year, if he's not the guy, you still have him as a fifth-year option for the next year. So you could go ahead and you could trade him to a team that may be looking for a backup, to where you go ahead and you get some type of compensation for him. Or at that point, you say, you know what, screw it, and you cut him. You cut him at that point. But I don't want to lock up $35 million potentially on a quarterback that could potentially flop on his second year. Because now if you don't give it to him, now what Fish said is, and what Cobb said, he's got us by the balls. Because you either got to franchise tag him or you got to give him a long-term contract, and that's like 3 to 4 years. And
I'm sorry, I gotta cut you off.
Second, guys, hold on. We got to take.
I have to cut you off, Rob, because there's some business that needs to be taken care of. Okay, and the business that needs to be taken care of is that we have to let Billy Mays know that he's a fucking piece of shit. Okay, he's a sorry son of a bitch. I don't like the cut of his jib. He smells funny, and his dog shits in my yard. He doesn't even pick it the fuck up. He's a terrible human being, is what I'm saying. And fuck Billy Mays. Sorry.
Mays, we're gonna slap you in the face with the dirtiest, wettest ShamWow I can possibly find.
Piece of shit. I can't stand this guy. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
No, you're good. And that's kind of where I think we're all in agreement. I think three of us agree. Daniel Jones going forward, Pest. We don't know what you're doing. So let's move on.
Let me ask Pest something real fast. Do you
problem.
like Josh Allen's game, Pest? Do you like Josh Allen?
Okay, Josh Allen is weird, right? Because I do like Josh Allen now. I was wrong about Josh Allen. Let me go ahead and say that. Okay,
Wait, I was wrong about a quarterback evaluation.
I was wrong. First of all, right? I'm a fucking lineman. Okay, I'm a defensive lineman. I know about the trenches. Don't ask me
about a quarterback.
What? But I will say this. I was wrong about Josh Allen because I thought Josh Allen was going to be terrible. Turns out he's fucking amazing, and credit where it's due. And here's the thing. If Daniel Jones pulls a Josh Allen, I will give credit where it's due, and I will always say I was wrong about Daniel Jones.
And
I don't like doing that.
All I'm looking for as a fan, Pest, at this point is just be a poor man's version of Josh Allen.
I'm good with that.
That's it.
Fucking games, please. I want to believe in you, Daniel Jones. I was very close a couple of times of being like, I think this kid could be pretty fucking good, at least as good as Eli. Maybe he can get us a championship.
Listen, I'll end it with this. Everybody thought Eli sucked until he went to two Super Bowls and won, and then everybody was on the Eli train. So,
but here's
all right, next.
So like Giants fans, right? So Pizzle, peep game, right? Giants fans hate Daniel Jones so much that they would rather franchise tag him at $35 million rather than 5th-year option him at $23 million, right? Now pay attention, right? They hate him so much that they would rather spend $12 million on a franchise tag, but in 2022, they want to cut Bradbury for that same $12 million. So they hate Daniel Jones so much that they're willing to eat $12 million, which is the same amount of money that they want to save by getting.
And you
rid
could
of
arguably say
Let's
that Bradbury's produced more on the field than Daniel Jones has.
But that's how much they hate Danny, because it's a $12 million.
Well, it's got more of an impact.
But it's a $12 million difference between the 5th-year option and the franchise tag, right? So $12 million is like life-changing money in 2022 that you want to get rid of our best corner. Mm-hmm. But in 2023, oh no, it's peanuts because we don't like Daniel Jones. We've ever had Daniel Jones on a $35 million tag than have him on a $23 million player option. And I think
with that
next year.
And I think with that, the reason why a lot of people are talking about is, one, because of the cap free up space that we get, obviously. Two, they don't think that he fits Wink Martindale. Cobb, what I was saying is that from Bradbury's standpoint on the field, he's produced at his position where we could arguably say that Daniel Jones, for whatever reason, offensive line, lack of, injuries, whatever, hasn't produced. And we're okay with taking a $12 million cap hit by cutting Daniel Jones, but we're not okay, or we don't want to pay Daniel Jones the $12 million. We're like, it's like, I get where Fisk is kind of going with that from that perspective.
I mean, I thought Bradbury was shit last year, personally.
I think the reason why he was shit last year is because they tried playing a lot of man in the beginning of the year until they went back to zone, and he started playing good. They played.
We don't have the pass rush to play man coverage. That's the
we
problem.
We don't have the pass rush. At the end of the year, we started developing some pass rush, and maybe that can happen this year. But that's the reason why in the beginning that Bradbury looked pretty ass, is because we went in against the Chiefs playing.
I just think he had a much better 2020 season than he did 2020.
Oh, of course, because we played more zone that year.
Yeah.
If you go back and you look at it, we played more zone in 2020 than we did in 2021. We played a lot more zone.
I just feel like, to me, the Giants could lose Bradbury and still be okay. I know he can be a good player, but at this point right now, you can't lose Daniel Jones. I mean, you lose Daniel Jones, it's like Fisk said. I mean, like we were on our way to the playoffs a year ago, not last year, but the previous year. And obviously Evan Ingram dropped the ball, but also Daniel got hurt. And then we couldn't win those. I know we won the game in Seattle, but we didn't have a chance against Cleveland. We didn't have a chance against Arizona. And then last year, we're looking like we're going to make a run. Daniel gets hurt, thanks to his fucking coaches, by the way. And that was the season. They could have stopped playing right there. They could have literally stopped playing.
Listen, I hate the coaches. Okay, I don't know about this current.
That's the thing about it, Pet. I feel like what's happened to the Giants the last 4 years has been shit coaching. Shit coaching.
It's been shit coaching and shit roster management. That's what it's been. Right?
That part makes me. That's another thing that bothers me is I know that Dave Gettleman gets shit on constantly, right? That fucking idiot from I can't even remember. I don't even know what. I can't even think of it off the top of my head. El Jefe, whatever the fuck that motherfucker's name is.
Oh, why are you mad at Jefe?
He talks. That dumbass talks about Dave Gettleman every chance he gets just to get the clicks. I looked at the Giants roster last year, and fucking Fisk just said it right. Just told you. You had John fans everywhere after they signed Kenny Golladay that everyone said this team was going to do something. We were going to playoffs. The roster looked good.
Looked great.
Like, it looked great. Guess who fucking put that shit together? Dave fucking Gettleman. And I know that I know, but then you had so many people saying, "Oh, well, Joe Judge put it together," which is bullshit. But the reality is like, and look, I know Dave Gettleman had his faults. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to bring him back from the dead, okay? But the reality is the roster did look great. And fucking Joe Judge shit the bed coaching these guys. That's reality. That's facts. So, you can blame Dave Gettleman, El Jefe, whatever the dumbass his name is, can hate on him all day. He doesn't say a fucking word about Joe Judge, though. Nothing. And you want to know why? Because he loved Joe Judge. He thought Joe Judge was the second coming of Bill Parcells. Guess what, dumbass? You was wrong. You was completely fucking wrong. And you're going to sit there and talk shit about Dave Gettleman.
But you can't
Bring the dumbass in here. Bring him in here.
But you can't fucking hide, Pezzo!
I have begged to live stream with this geek. I have begged, and he don't want no part of it.
Listen,
he just wants it all. He wants all the bullshit.
I've got an. Listen. Cap
hell, my ass, and that's the thing too. You sat there a year, and Fist just literally fucking said it. Everyone looked at the roster. You, and everyone was ready to go this time last year. They were ready to go. They said, yeah, sign Kenny fucking Galladay. Hell yeah. Bring him. Bring these guys in. Give me these pieces. And now all of a sudden everyone's like, no, we don't need that. We don't want that. We didn't need, shut the fuck up. You lied to yourself. You lied to yourself. You said we were making a playoff push. I said the playoff push. I was ready to go too.
I did.
Look,
hey, yo, Pizzle, remember when we stole a Dory from the Eagles? The Eagles. Joe Judge is recruiting players.
Bullshit. Joe Judge wasn't recruiting anybody. When they signed a Dory, you loved that one. You loved Kenny Galladay. You signed. I mean, look, that's another thing. It's like you shit him like you. Every one of you was drafting Saquon Barkley. Every fucking one of you was. Don't tell me you wasn't, because you was. And then you sat here and you're like, nah, I don't want Saquon. Saquon was a bad pick. That shit. It's so much bullshit.
Not me.
And then, here's another thing.
Nelson. That's what I wanted. I want to.
Do you hate Kadarius Toney because everyone's on Kadarius Toney? Guess who fucking drafted him? Was it Joe Judge? It wasn't Joe Judge. So you got an extra draft pick this year thanks to him. And you sit there every day.
I just want this to be known, El Jefe. I did send you the Streamlab, the stream.
He's a fucking idiot. Link. I don't give a shit. He's more than welcome coming. He's a fucking idiot.
You're more than welcome to join. And my good friend.
I want to piggyback on Pizzle right quick because
piggyback.
The biggest thing, Pizzle, and this has been my point to Giants fans, right? All Giants fans want Joe Shane to tear the Giants down, but what they don't understand is the Giants don't need to be torn down because all of our good players are in their prime or on the rookie deal. We're ready to win now. We just need a competent coaching
again. And here's the thing. Hold on, Fest. Here's the thing, Fist. I know that Dave Gettleman had his imperfections. I know he did some stupid shit. Like, I get that. And he said some stupid shit too that didn't make sense. Like, he shouldn't have been calling professional athletes hog mollies. Like, that's just stupid. Shut up. Like, that's just dumb. But the fact is, Pest, any geek that supports the Giants, they said the same thing. They said this team looks good on paper. Joe Judge is going to lead them. We almost made the playoffs a year ago. Every one of them signed up for what the hell Dave Gettleman did last year. Every one of them. And now you're just going to stand back and say, no, we didn't want that. No, he's an idiot. No.
But it didn't work though.
I know it didn't work, Pest, but you don't get to act like, well, I didn't want that. You don't get to act like that.
It's all New Yorkers because they did the same thing. It's New Yorkers, Pest. Pizzle. They did the same thing.
Oh, I know what the fuck it is. Half of them are dumbass Yankee fans too that think that they're going to make the World Series every year and they suck dick. Hey, and the reality is, I'm just being honest.
Now hold on, Pizzle. Can't do Wait a minute.
I'm just playing. Listen, all I'm saying is you don't get to sit back and wipe your hands clean and act like you didn't want that. You don't get to say that.
But this is what New Yorkers do. Oh, we want Phil Jackson. We get Phil. Oh, we didn't want Phil Jackson. Oh, we want Saquon Barkley number 2. Oh, we don't want Saquon Barkley.
I'm sorry.
What New Yorkers do. We love Julius Randle. Oh no, we hate Julius Randle now. New Yorkers do. They don't know what the fuck they want, bro. Like they ask for something, and when it don't go their way, they throw everybody under the fucking bus. And it's like I hate Giants fans the way they treat this team. If another Giants fan say this team is trash, I'm gonna smack them.
This team
The
is
offense
trash.
was trash.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I agree with Fist. I don't think the team's trash.
This team is
Not
trash.
I don't think it's trash. I think there's a lot of guys on the team that need to prove themselves. Daniel Jones needs to prove himself. Saquon Barkley needs to prove himself. There's several guys. I mean, even a guy like Sterling Shepard who's coming off of an injury again. He needs to prove himself.
I'm okay with Listen, I'm okay with
A lot of these free agent signings, these guys need to prove themselves.
They do.
Like, I mean, and you're looking at a division that honestly ain't that scary. Like, it really ain't that scary.
It's
We're
not.
winning the division.
It's
If
not.
you tell me Daniel Jones is going to play 17 games with a competent line, we're winning the division.
We're winning the
And
division, Pest.
stand by that.
We're winning
I'm-
the division.
Listen,
Yeah,
I'm
we're
good.
winning the division. You give me,
Listen,
you
I'm-
tell
I'm-
me Daniel Jones plays
I'm good
17
with that.
games and we get competent line play, we're winning the division.
I'm good with that. Listen, I am good with that. I'm sorry that I don't believe in Daniel Jones like y'all believe in Daniel
Oh
Jones.
my God.
I don't want him to fail. I don't give a fuck. I would prefer to be wrong and say, you know what?
But here's the thing, Pest. You just said you didn't like Josh Allen's game at first, right? And you were wrong, right?
I was wrong.
You're literally bringing in a coach in Dable who you could make the argument that he changed Josh Allen's game to make him who he is today. You could make that argument. We don't know the answer. We don't know that answer. It could have been Josh Allen making Dable look good. But you could literally spin it right now that Dable can make Daniel Jones who he can be.
And I hope
That's the point.
Daniel Jones
I believe that.
are better than Josh Allen.
I
Yes, I think Daniel Jones. Like I think Pest saw.
believe that.
Pest has seen Daniel Jones play good.
I have.
He's just sat here. He's been infected with all these stupid
I
ass
haven't.
content creators,
I haven't.
and he doesn't know what to think anymore.
He's like
he-
Jones day one.
He's
Pistol.
looking like bad dog. He's wearing the jersey, he's taking the jersey off. He's wearing the jersey, he's taking it off.
Didn't like Daniel Jones day one. It is on
And
my
that's what,
YouTube
and
channel.
you're literally saying
Didn't
that.
like him day one.
Pest. And here's the thing too. You're saying that. There's a lot of Giant fans, including the stupid ass content creators, who can't still get over where he was drafted. You can't get over that.
No,
Just move on. It's
no,
okay.
No,
We
it
got
has
him.
Nothing to do with that. Because
And that's
here's the thing. This is what I said. I said if Shermer thinks Daniel Jones is the guy, then you take him when you fucking take him. I don't care. But I personally don't like him. We're gonna see what he does. We're going to see if he's good. And then everybody was talking about the Daniel Jones train, and I was the only one that said this. These words only came out of this mouth. I am not on the Daniel Jones train. I am following that train in my car from station to station to see where it goes. I don't feel confident enough to get on that train.
Let me tell you what you're doing. You are literally getting on the tracks to get the fuck run over by the train is what you're doing. Because Daniel Jones, I believe in what Fisk is saying. I can't even fucking believe that me and Fisk are on the same page right now. We're literally like the mega powers, Hulk Hogan and Randy Macho Man Savage coming together and forming the mega powers right now, okay? And we're literally dominating you right now on all faces of the game. We're dominating you. You are such in a blender right now, and you're so fucking twisted. You don't know which way to fucking look. That's facts.
But I'm not, though.
You are, because when you're wrong, because when Daniel Jones
holding that L.
when Daniel Jones whoops that ass, you're gonna hear about it now.
And I'm going to say I was wrong. I was saying I was wrong. I don't care about being right or wrong because I don't know
Oh,
what
yes,
the
you do.
fuck I'm talking about.
You're just like the other book
I
readers.
don't know. No, I
You're
don't
just
know.
like them.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So it doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. I'm a cybersecurity specialist in the real world. I'm not a fucking football coach. I'm not a fucking scout.
You say you're a coach all the time.
Listen, I don't coach right now. I have coached football. I am a championship-winning football coach. But right now, I am a fucking cybersecurity specialist. I type on a computer all fucking day. That's what I do. So it doesn't matter if I know what I'm talking about. I don't fucking know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Hey, as long as you've been on YouTube, that's the funniest fucking thing you've ever said. That literally is.
Well, listen, I want to get
Right.
you guys' opinion because we're at about a minute, an hour 9. We're at about an hour 9. I don't want to. I know, Fisk and Cobb. I don't want to keep you guys too long.
Yeah, it's our bedtime, right?
You know, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I want to
Old
get
man
to
shit.
I want to get to a couple more topics real quick, you know, and then we'll get ready to
Rapid
close
fire.
out.
This is rapid fire right here. Rapid fire.
So free agent, so current potential free agent signings that I think would be potential good fits for the Giants. I'll fire these names off to you guys. You guys let me know. I've got Deshaun Elliott, safety from Baltimore. So there's connections there to Wink Martindale because I do think that we do need some safety help. We still don't know what's going on with Jabril Peppers. We haven't got any word. I'm sure he's probably not going to be coming back. I think we still need some interior lineman help. I got Akeem Hicks here from Chicago. Could be a good fit. Maybe play a little bit of nose tackle. Maybe move Dexter in. And then I also got Jerry Hughes. I still think we need to bring in some edge rusher. Even if Jerry Hughes gets cut or something like that, a one-year deal, familiarity there with Buffalo, knows the philosophies, know what they want. Pest, I'll start with you. Yes or no to any one of those players?
See, this is so difficult, right? Here's where I feel like I'm stuck because like the interior defensive line, I'm all about that. We need to have that depth. The edge rusher, I'm all about that. We need to have that. The safety, man, I'm in such a weird space when it comes to the situation with our safeties, right? Because I personally like Jabril Peppers. I felt like when we went from Landon Collins to Jabril Peppers, the difference wasn't super. I mean, it wasn't a huge gap in between what those two players could do for us, right? So I like Jabril Peppers. He's from Jersey, hometown kid. He's a good voice in the locker room. He's a good leader. He's a fucking maniac on the field. And I'm personally hoping that we bring back Jabril Peppers. But I do understand that that's probably not going to happen. And if they know right now that that's not going to happen, then they need to be on the lookout for safety. So the only position that for me that's a question mark is the safety. The other two, sign me up. I'll take it.
So basically what you're saying when it comes to Peppers is you want that motherfucker. Okay.
I want that motherfucker, man.
Cop Hizzle, your thoughts on the three guys, Deshaun Elliott, Akeem Hicks, Jerry Hughes. Your thoughts. Keep getting all three, or which one do you choose?
I'm not interested in any of them, to be quite honest with you. I feel like I could be wrong, right? Which I'm not often wrong, but when I am, I actually think the Giants are probably going to slow down on signing more free agents. I think with as many picks as they have in the draft, with a whole new coaching staff, whole new philosophy, I think they're going to want to bring in a lot more younger rookie players to mold themselves than to have aging veteran players. I agree that we could use some edge rushers like Jerry Hughes. I could be interested in that, but to me, I like when my safeties are young and I don't like older safeties. Like when we had Bethea, for example, like I just hated that. Like it was terrible. I think the Giants are going to fill out a lot of what they have left through the draft. That's just where I'm standing on that. And if they fill in a few more free agency spots, like I could see it, but there's not going to be any splashes, right? There's not going to be. There's nothing. There's nothing big. I think they've done what they've wanted to do and accomplished what they've. They got some linemen. They were able to, and like Fisk made a great point. Restructuring some of these guys, like Martinez, for example, was huge to get those guys to be able to come back. Bring Shepard back, like that's huge. But to me, I think what they're going to do from here on out is fill out most of the rest of their team through the draft.
All right. Fish, your thoughts.
I don't want any of them. I don't want any of them.
Man, Fist, I mean, let's go.
Yeah, I don't like how in lockstep Fist base.
Yeah, I don't like this.
I'm gonna have to take one of these sons bitches out because I'm not gonna sit here.
I think my next topic is where we're gonna see the breakup is gonna be within the next topic.
Okay,
this is like Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash, bullying Goldberg over there. Like we got to take out.
Who's the fucking third man, Pass? Me, the third man.
Me. I got him up here, Wolfpack, right here, baby.
Son of a bitch! All three of you assholes. Let's go.
Well, so
Yeah.
we had to take Pest out, man. We spray painting your back as we speak. You
Hey,
know.
fuck you, Fritz Vegas. You sorry, son of a
All right, last topic here. A little bit of draft talk. I'm sure you guys probably saw Mel Kiper's. A couple of people, but Mel Kiper specifically updated his his draft board yesterday, and with a lot of the moves and stuff like that, ended up selecting having the Giants taking Evan Neal at 5 and Kayvon Thibodeau at 7. They're falling to us. Obviously, two big needs. There are a lot of reports with Bob Johnson coaching up Charles Cross. That silently he's creeping up on their draft board, really looking good. Your guys' thoughts, and Fisk, I'll give it to you because you're so colorful, and I'd love to. I got to split this shit up down below you two over here. I don't like this right here, so I want to see some division.
So here's the deal.
Your thoughts on the draft?
In my humble opinion,
It's not humble.
Kayvon Thibodeau is the best player in the draft, and if the Giants get him, I don't care what
over
else.
Evan Neal. You think over Evan Neal, he's the best player in the draft?
Yes. Kayvon Thibodeau is like his tape. He's so violent. He's so quick. He's so dominant. Like if you put him on the field next to AZ Ojulari for the next 10 years, that's straight handed Ozzy all over again. That's JPP and Tuck all over again. We are the New York Football fucking Giants. LT, straight hand, human yours. We need pass rushers, okay? We're the Giants. It's in our DNA. But Daniel Jones, God bless him. Just get him a fucking tackle. All right, I don't care which one it is. I'm not smart enough to sit here and dissect offensive linemen and pancakes and shit. That's not what I do. Whoever the best tackle available is, I'm trusting Joe Shane to pick to make the right choice. All right, so all I'm gonna say is this: I want Kayvon Thibodeau. I think he's the best player in the draft, and if he's there at 5, take him. And whatever tackle is left at 7, take that guy. But we've got to get Daniel Jones some protection. He can't keep getting hit. He already got a bad neck. He can't get the ball down the field. We're never going to get the best out of Jones if we don't fix the line. So get Kayvon, get a lineman. I'm happy with that.
So, Cop, I saw some shaking. I saw some mouth movements. Give it to me straight.
I was just thinking like this little. I don't even know if this is considered a round table discussion, but this right here has been the best Giants content roundtable discussion that I've seen probably on you or I've been a part of. And you look at other content that gets roundtable on here, it's not even. This isn't even close to what everyone else is doing. I mean, we're just absolutely dominating as a 4 right now. So just wanted to put that out there. But as far as the draft goes, I don't disagree fully with Fisk. Here's where I disagree with him. I don't think Thibodeau is going to be there at 5. I think the way I'm looking at the draft right now is I think 3 of the first 4 picks could honestly be edge rushers. I really believe that like you're going to see edge rushers just go off the board fast because, that seems to be a hot thing right now in the National Football League to have those edge rushers, right? We saw a guy like Von Miller get moved because the Rams felt like they needed that edge rusher. Teams are starting to get onto that pass rush thing. So to me, I don't think Thibodeau is going to be there. Where I'm at is I 100% agree with Fisk on let the Giants get the offensive linemen that they want. Who gives a shit who Bobby from Talking Giants wants? Fuck that geek. Whoever fucking Joe Shane fucking wants. You can tell me how much
Bobby Skinner.
you can listen. Fuck Bobby Skinner.
That's my dog. I love Bobby Skinner. Fuck you,
Listen, my dude needs a fucking haircut and he needs to get out of his mama's fucking house and stop pretending like he's watching game tape. Okay, shut the fuck up. Let Joe Shane pick who the hell he wants. It's his fucking job. He's the one getting the check. Okay, let Dable pick the guy he wants. He's getting a check. Okay, not getting his mom's meatloaf. Okay, let's just be honest.
His mom's meatloaf's not bad though.
And then where I'm at And listen, again, not to go against Fisk because I think Thibodeau's going to be gone. I'm so on the Sauce Gardner train at cornerback. I am just, and here's the thing, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know the situation with Bradbury. I'm not a big Adoree guy. I think we need a true CB1 right now. And I really, and I look, I'm just being different. I know it's hard on people to see somebody being different, but I love Sauce Gardner tremendously. I like, yeah, because like I like Xavier McKinney. I think we're gonna get safeties in this draft, Fist, no question about it. And maybe we can still get another one free agency. Like, I don't know, but to me, I love Sauce Gardner, man. Like, that's my dude. I think he's a cornerback that Martindale would absolutely love. When you look at the Ravens defense the last several years, they've had big, lanky cornerbacks, physical, big. That's what Sauce Gardner is. Dude's 6'2", 6'3". He would fit so well in that Ravens defense under Martindale, and he would be perfect for the New York Giants under this system. I'm telling you, I agree that we need to get an edge rusher. My issue is you're not going to get the fourth best edge rusher at 5. You're not going to do that. You're going to wait and get that guy in the second round, whoever that is. To me, if you can get potentially the best offensive lineman and then the number 1 cornerback, sign me the fuck up, because you're going to improve your defense and you're going to get your protection of Daniel Jones in 2 picks. You know, some people are potentially talking about doing 2 offensive linemen. I don't see that happening. I just see the offensive lineman does. I don't give a shit. Don't care. Okay? Don't care. But I'm looking at Sauce Gardner right now. And if Thibodeau's there, Fisk, I don't disagree with you at one bit on that. But I just don't.
Going first. I don't think he's going to be there.
Well, I think Aiden Hutchins is going first to Jacksonville. That's my guess.
So
you
think Jacksonville, Detroit, and then Houston all take edge rushers?
I think Detroit could take. I think Jacksonville for sure will take Hutchinson. That's who I think. I think Detroit. When you look at their Dan Campbell, the coach, he played under that Giants. We talked about Giants football having that pass rush. He knows all about that. I could see him getting an edge rusher potentially. He could even take Hamilton too, Fisk. I could see Houston getting the pass rusher. 100% could see that happening. And then the Jets, like, I don't know what the fuck the Jets are going to do, right? Hey, who knows? Like, how could you honestly guess what the fucking Jets are going to do?
See, I think here's a lot of rumors saying that they're going to go Trayvon Wilson or Walker. Sorry, Walker. And then there's also some that's saying they're going to go with Drake London, the wide receiver out of USC.
I think Walker, Thibodeau, and Hutchinson could all be gone before 5 to the Giants. And again, if he falls to 5 or even 7, if the Giants are able to figure out how to, do this correctly, I'm off. I don't hate Thibodeau. Like I don't love him, but I don't hate him at all. I agree that we need an edge rusher. My thing is we should not take an edge rusher if he's the 4th best one. I don't think we should do that.
I agree with that.
I don't think, and that's I'm trying to map it out myself of where it might fall into. And to me, I want the best of the best. So if you give me the best tackle, if possible, give me that. And if I can get the best corner, give me that. Give me the number 1s of both positions. Don't give me the 2nd or the 3rd best edge. Or no, I'm sorry, I'll take the 2nd best edge. But don't give me the 3rd best edge or the 4th best edge. Give me the best corner. Give me the best tackle. I think this team wants to get playmakers at any level. They want to get players that deserve to be picked where they are. They're not just going to pick need. It doesn't seem like Joe Shane or Daboll would just pick a guy because the team needs it. They want to get playmakers. They want to get stars. And I think Sauce is going to be a star. And whoever the fuck they want as a tackle, who they want. Not who I want, who they want.
Where me and Pizzle disagree is I don't think Malik Willis makes it past Detroit. The hype
so you think he's going to be top 5 pick then?
Yeah, he's not getting past Detroit. And I'm going to be honest with you. He won't get past the Giants either. You know why?
We could trade.
Because in order to get that quarterback, you got to get ahead of the Panthers. So if you can't strike a deal with the Jets, you're going to strike a deal with the Giants. I hope, and I pray to God, I don't know if y'all going to agree with this, but I pray to God that the Seahawks or the Falcons, I pray to God they fall in love with Malik Willis or Kenny Pickett, because in order to get him, got to call the Giants. And I would love for the Giants to get another 1st-round pick next year and get like the 9th the 8th or 9th pick this year. If the Giants can trade back from 5 to 8 or 9 and get another first rounder next year, or in a extra second rounder this year,
Sign me up.
I'm all for that.
Sign me up.
And I would not hate it by any means if the Giants fell back to like 9th with the Seahawks. I would not hate that at all, because I still think maybe potentially you could still get that cornerback, Sauce Gardner, for example, that I really want. You could still get him at 9 possibly. I'm looking at tackle at 5 and Sauce at 7. That's the order I'm kind of at. But I agree with that, Fist. Like, I think Seattle could jump in front of Carolina. I think Carolina also could go tackle and then try to get one of the quarterbacks that, like a Matt Corral maybe later. But
is it possible that they move up to 3? Is it possible that Houston trades out?
I think Houston's going to stay there. I think those 3 teams are going to stay there. I think where shit gets a little weird is with the Jets. That's where shit gets, to me, that's when the draft legitimately starts, because the Jets you can't fucking predict what the Jets are going to do. They're all over the fucking place.
So Pest,
if I had to guess,
question for you, Pest,
because the Jets, if you put a gun to my head and said, what are the Jets going to do? I'm 99.9% sure that they're going to go tackle. They're going to take a tackle.
And I agree with that, Fist, but don't you at least agree that the Jets have been known to cause a little chaos that doesn't make a lot of sense?
Oh no, I agree with that.
I don't think the Jets are going to go tackle. I think the Jets are either going to go Drake London, a wide receiver, or they're going to take.
They got the 10th pick.
They're going to take a corner,
or they're going
to take. Pick. I know that, but I could see them either going the wide receiver, or I could see them going corner. With Tyreek Hill going there, and now you got Tyreek Hill, you got Waddle, you got Parker potentially, and I think he might get traded. You got Wilson. You got all the wide receivers in that division
last year, and they still got that second round kid.
They have to
get a corner.
Well, no, I think they have to protect Zach Wilson.
Yeah, they're going to take a tackle. I think they take Iquanu or they take.
They got 2 tackles. They got
never healthy.
They got Fant at right tackle. They got Mekhi Becton at left tackle.
Becton's never healthy though.
Yeah, Becton's.
But I'm saying they're not gonna. They've already got Fant on a 2. He's got 2 more years on his deal. They're not going to go ahead and knock him down. The only one that I could see them go ahead and maybe try to replace or move over would be Mekhi Becton. But I don't see them going offensive line. I really don't. I see them either going wide receiver. I personally think they're going to. That's where Sauce Gardner is going to go.
Here's the thing.
He's going to go to the Jets.
Okay, but here's the thing. But let me say this. Let me say this real fast. If there's a team that knows that the Giants aren't moving at 5, if they know that the Giants aren't moving, like the Giants want their pick at 5, they're going to go to the Jets. And like Fist said, try to get in front of Carolina. So to me, the team that's going to be open for business, if the Giants aren't open for business, is the Jets. That's all I'm saying. And I
think he wants to trade it, because remember Shane said he wants as many bites at the apple as possible. I think Shane wants to trade the 5th pick. If Seattle calls him or Atlanta,
I agree with that.
I think he'll trade it.
Well, I would have been 2 days ago. I would have agreed that Atlanta might, but with them getting Mariota, it feels like to me that they're willing to play a couple years with him to see what he is.
See what he's able to do.
Yeah, see what he's able to do. But to me,
ESPN bigs up Malik Willis, bro. Trust me.
No, I know. Look, I said it the other day on Twitter. I was like, or maybe it was yesterday. It was like, Malik Willis threw a pass 65 yards. So fucking what? Like, cool. Like, you're a big, strong man that can throw the ball really far. What can you do when Aaron Donald's chewing your ass down? Okay? That's what I want to know. Like, don't tell me that you can throw the ball really far. There's a lot of guys.
And there was a video that Daniel Jones basically made the same exact throw against Tampa Bay in a real game.
Don't tell nobody.
Yeah, you want to know who else had a strong arm? Jamarcus Russell. He had a fucking really strong arm. And guess what? That happened. He didn't do shit.
Don't tell nobody that Daniel Jones did anything positive, please, because God forbid Daniel Jones makes a good throw. Don't tell him.
God forbid.
Pest, question for you, because it's coming up to the 1 hour and a half mark here. We got to try to wrap it up. All right, so Pest, you come up to number 5. Okay, you got Cross, you got Neal, okay, and you got Iquanu there at 5. Now, let's just say for argument's sake, at 7, I'll give you your choice whether you want to go edge or corner. Okay, so here's my question: at number 5, with Carolina being at 6, potential, people could jump in front, maybe they move, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Do you take the offensive lineman first? If so, who are you taking? Or do you take the edge or corner and try to go up to see if you can get them at 7? So who are you taking first? And whichever one you're taking, tell me who you're taking.
All right, so I've spent this entire show arguing with Cop Pistol and Fist Vegas, only for the last question of the show for me to fucking agree with these assholes. Okay, so I agree with Pizzle at 5. If we're taking an offensive lineman, take the best one. Whoever you think is the best one, you take that son of a bitch. Okay, unless someone gives you a call and says, "Hey, would you like to move down to 8 or 9?" and we listen. I'm all about that, right? Because I've put myself in kind of a weird position this offseason. And I always tend to invest a lot into what the team does in the offseason, and I try to scrutinize it, I try to understand it, I try to do all that, right? But this year, I don't care. Okay, just go win. Like I'm sick of being optimistic. I'm sick of hoping. Just go fucking win. Whoever you think is good, whoever you think needs to be on this team, Shane, Dabes, Wink, go fucking get them. Okay, I don't know who's gonna make the Giants better, but just go get good players, please. Like that's all I give a shit about. But I would love for us to trade one of these picks to get a first-round pick next year, because we got to see what these quarterbacks in this next draft look like and figure out if we need to move up or if this team just sucks and we're in that position. I don't know, okay? Or if Daniel Jones is the guy, if Daniel Jones has a great year and we're like, you're the man, we're keeping you here, well, we still have more draft capital to get better next year. We're in a position to where we can still make 2 first-round picks this year, and then turn around and take 2 first-round picks next year. I'm all about trading one of these picks. I'm all about it.
I hope we can trade the 5th pick.
I'm all about trading one of these picks.
Giants won't be in the business for a quarterback for another 12 years. So
that's what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean,
one of us got to be wrong.
I don't know why. Like, if
one of us got to be wrong, Pizzle.
You have said Pizzle, I got to disagree with Pizzle. I got to disagree with you, Pizzle. You said 12 years. Quarterbacks going to their 45. We may be good for 20, bro.
Might be good.
Might be good for 20.
Might be good for 20, Pest.
Yeah,
and that means you're gonna have a lot more gray in that beard too.
And that's where we wrapping this show up.
Well, listen, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Listen, again, I wanna thank the guest, for coming on, Cop Pizzle, Fist Vegas. I appreciate you boys coming in and joining us. Cuppies, go ahead and plug yourself, man. Where can people in the chat find you? YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, whatever. Go ahead and plug your shit, man. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I just want to say I appreciate you guys bring me on. Not a lot of people bring me on their channels because the reality is I'm too much to fucking handle. Like El Jeffo came in here crying about talking about his wife or something like that.
I'm going to get Hefe and you in here in 3 weeks. I'm going to get you and Hefe in this bitch in 3 weeks, and I'm going to let y'all fight. Let's go.
I hate that his old lady runs his household, but I mean that's his.
Oh, stop it,
so I mean the reality is like, look, you can find me on Twitter. Just search Scott Pizzle, how it's spelled. You can find me here on YouTube. If you don't know if you ain't seen my shit, then like I don't know what the fuck you watching, because seriously, you watch it, you probably watching Mike Too Nice. That's some terrible fucking ass content. I don't know what the hell you're doing over there. Like, really, it don't make no difference.
I got a feeling that you don't really like Mike Too Nice.
He's a fucking idiot. I mean, like, I just hate to say it. Like, here's the thing. I'm very passionate about the Giants. I love the Giants. I know other people love them. But when you say some dumb ass shit, some stupid ass shit, I gotta come. I gotta come.
A little bad, though.
I gotta talk. I
be coming at Mike Too Nice next too, because I'll be like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about right now, right? Like, what does this even mean?
And I said what I look again. Fist said it, and like I said it. Like, if you hate you don't sit here and tell me hate on Dave Gettleman. Like, you can hate on him and what else, but don't tell me you didn't like the roster this time last year. Motherfucker, you loved the roster last year. Don't act like you did. Like, it's stupid. But you can find
with the roster.
You can find me on YouTube. You can find me here. You can find me on Twitter. Appreciate you guys having me, and obviously bringing me on. Fisk, I mean, clearly made for a fucking amazing roundtable discussion. I mean, like, you see some of the dumb shit out there. It's just a bunch of just circle jerking with each other. Like, it's the dumbest stuff I watched half the time. I waste my time watching up, sitting there and agreeing with each other for left and right. Pest. Well, it might as well be pissed. You literally got put in a blender tonight. You got absolutely exposed.
Fuck you.
I don't know what the fuck you've been smoking over there. I don't know what's in your fucking vape pen, but it's fucking terrible.
Everything I said is going to happen. Just watch.
Fisk, where can the people find you? Can we find you on YouTube, Twitch? Where at? Maybe in a straight jacket with that emo, like that. Jeez, that thing still freaks me out. Go ahead. Tell us where we can find you guys.
Look, man, just YouTube Fisk Vegas, man. Just subscribe to all my channels. Got like 4 of them. Just hit the damn button. All right, subscribe to the channels. Every one of my videos has my Twitter and Instagram link in the middle of the videos. You know what I'm saying? It's watermarked through the whole video. So click on my video, you'll get the link to my Twitter and Instagram. But fuck all that. Check this out. Screw all these dumb ass content creators because they don't fuck with me. I'm never on none of these dudes' channels. I don't think they think I'm too dangerous. They can't handle this shit.
Dangerous,
But at the end of the day,
listen. This is why we work, because we're all assholes.
This is the first Giants roundtable I have ever been invited to. It's the first one, and this
same one, Fisk.
It's the best one.
It's the best one. I don't get invited to that shit either. Now, I hate to say this.
Pest, you hear that? You hear that, Pest? We're the best one. You hear that?
I hear
They're scared of conflict. They're scared of somebody who has a different opinion because they want to get together and they want to fucking hug and kiss and kumbaya with each other and agree with each other so they can make themselves feel better and smarter about these things. But fuck them. It's a fact.
They want the like button. Fuck that like button.
Fuck that like button.
Fuck that like button.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what they want.
Speaking of the like button, ladies and gentlemen, my name is RZeroB. My guy Pest The Analyst right over there. You know where you can find us: BGN, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Be sure to go ahead and smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. All right, it greatly helps us out a lot. We're here every Wednesday at 8:30, except if Cop Pizzle's on. We got to move that shit back because we got to accommodate to his fucking shit.
60 fucking minutes.
Okay, we got to.
It's only 60 minutes because you're not hitting the walls. You're not hitting the walls, Pizzle. You might be hitting the back, but you're not hitting the wall.
You can find me and Pest here every Wednesday at 8:30. We're always having some special guests coming in and joining with us. We've got a lot of good videos. We had a great conversation with Adrian Colbert last week. You guys can go check out the YouTube channel. That was on there. Great conversation there.
Yes, so
obviously tonight, awesome stuff, man. So I'm gonna throw it to. Obviously, I'm gonna do the outro here.
Yes, please.
But PTA has got the end stream here, the end button. So we appreciate you guys rocking with us. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. Billy Mays, fuck you. Okay.
Fuck you, Billy Mays.
All right, fuck you, Billy Mays.
Fuck you, El Jefe.
I can't wait to have y'all on this goddamn thing.
Shout out to BGM for letting us do this. Appreciate y'all coming through and watching. Hope you guys enjoying the show. Deuces.
Holla! Y'all see that? Everybody left, but we still here. I was just playing. I forgot to push the button.